Hi, everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you're listening from. Chris Law here talking about capital stewardship, lending, and private equity. And my buddy Lon Welsh, a very, very smart man, sends me great stuff. And he just sent me this. And I tell you, let me share it with you. Home buyers out there, listen up. Goldman Sachs is revising its call on home prices. In a new note, its credit strategy research team forecasted prices will rise 1.8. Listen, we're all hoping that prices will drop, right? With home prices going up and mortgage rates going up, mortgage rates are the highest they've been in a couple of decades. It's looking pretty bleak, especially for first-time buyers, right? So these prognosticators have believed that the rising mortgage rates would force home prices lower. That's what I thought. But no, they are going up. Yeah, they're down a little from their insane peak in 2022, but they are still incredibly high, and there's no crash in sight. There's no bubble in sight, in my humble opinion. So what's the deal? Well, you've got a boatload of homeowners who are kind of stuck in their house because they've locked in an interest rate with a 2 in front of it, right? And so now the idea of moving and them getting a rate that has a 6 or a 7 in front of it is more than many people can stomach, right? So the inventory on single family houses is very low. You don't see very many people moving. And, even with the crazy interest rate rise, we are not seeing a big dip in prices. So even Case-Shiller, the price index rose 1.2% in May. That's the third month of increases according to the data out last month. This suggests that the final month of home price declines was January 2023, right? This is what, 8 months ago? So what's the result? Affordable housing is barely, I don't know if it exists, right? Housing affordability in the US is at a record low, relative all the way back to 1997. And homeownership by far, and you guys know I'm all in on real estate. I'm a believer in real estate. It's by far the most important pathway to building wealth, right? It's the number one way people become millionaires in the United States. And so those people who are just trying to get in, they've got a hard time of it. Now, you won't hear politicians talking about this much because, many homeowners are greatly enjoying their properties going up in value. So what you'll hear from the politicians is rhetoric about rent prices. Now, when it comes to workforce housing, nobody builds workforce housing, right? People build A+ housing, B+ housing, right? But nobody's building workforce housing. We obviously have relationships with, if you know me too well, we have relationships with Verco and funds that invest in value add workforce housing, but that's existing, right? That's existing inventory that people are, sophisticated funds are buying at scale, rehabbing, remodeling, stabilizing the asset with new rents, but nobody's building affordable housing ground up. It's just very, very rare. So what does this mean for everybody? Well, it means a lot of people are going to stay put. They're not going to move. It means it's harder for first-time home buyers to get in. It means there's no crash in sight for flippers, investors who want to see a dip and get in. And not only the investors, but also the homeowners who just simply are priced out. These first-time home buyers are priced out because of these forces at work. So anyway, that's the update. I wish I had a better update, but this is the cycle, right? This is the process. The market is, what does Warren Buffett call the market? It's like your drunken uncle who's out of control, right? Nobody controls the market, but you can watch your drunken uncle stumble and bumble, and the educated folks can kind of predict where that drunken uncle is going to land. I'm working on that. I wouldn't pretend at all that I can predict the markets or predict mortgage interest rates, but I'm seeing this drunken uncle stumble and bumble their way in a direction, and this affordability crisis can't last forever. in my humble opinion. So hope you're all well. Wishing you health, wealth, and happiness. See you next time. Bye-bye.